Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I had a wonderful weekend. It wasn't as hot as it usually is. Today it's getting a little hotter. I know you guys have probably experienced some crazy weather because we've had some, systems moving across the United States. My daughter left here to New York last Saturday. So she's been gone for a little over a week. And it's like she took the hot weather with her, and it was so hot up there in Albany, New York. And here it was in the 80s. It was crazy. We had, a lot of cloud coverage. We had a whole bunch of rain. It was so nice because there's a system, a tropical storm that came in. So it gave us a lot of relief. Thank goodness. But today it's getting hot again. It's only 92 degrees out there, and I say only because a lot of times it gets up in the hundreds here, and it's been like that even though it wasn't even summer yet. It's a couple of days into summer now. But the real feel is 102 degrees. So that's a big difference. But we enjoyed the cool weather while it was here, and it's gone again. So we'll just stay inside. Have y'all seen clips of Trump's rallies? He's going out and doing rallies one after another now that he's not in court, right? And I've seen some clips about him. He talks so much nonsense, so much crazy things. Uh, he's talking about water pressure, but the way that he says it, it's so crazy. He talks about his hair is so luxurious and he needs a lot of lather and water to lather it up. And you have to rinse it for 45 minutes because of these low pressure, shower heads, I guess. And he never even says like shower head. And he never really says low pressure. He's just like the water goes drip, drip. He's just, he tries to be entertaining, I think, but he sounds like a crazy person. And the thing about Trump is he doesn't know what it's like to be a regular person. He has no idea. That's because he was born rich. He's been rich all his life. And he thinks us poor people, us just regular Americans, our big concern is the water pressure going drip, drip. Now, we've been in a drought here where I live for the last few years, but there is no problem with water. It's not going drip, drip, drip. It's fine. The water pressure is fine. We have plenty of water. And there are water restrictions all over the United States of like how much water you can water your yard and things like that. And, it's sensible. It's just makes good sense. But he's interjecting, saying things about, appliances that they're, made to not to use so much water. That's a problem. Why is that a problem? And why is he saying that? That's the way he relates to us. He's saying, I feel your pain. I know what a pain it is to be a poor American and you having to live with a drip, drip faucet. Really? Is that the only thing we have to worry about? I'm more worried about how much, food is costing or how much gasoline is costing or how much I have to pay my electric bill. But when he's president, there won't be water restrictions and he'll lift all those problems and we'll have washing machines and dishwashers that use plenty of water. Is that what y'all are worried about? Really? And these restrictions are city by city, depending on where you live and what's going on with your water supply in your area. So I thought the Republicans were all about giving power to the state to govern itself as it sees fit, right? And then you remember him talking about an electric boat. Has anybody heard or seen an electric boat? And he's saying that the batteries are so heavy that the boat is going to sink, and then the water's electrified. Should you get electrocuted or shall you jump over and get eaten by a shark? Who talks this nonsense stuff? He just talks nonsense. He's just playing for the crowds. That's it. It's just nonsense. He's just trying to entertain the crowds and just talking nonsense. And then there was that, what did he say about, he said Hannibal Lecter he's a wonderful man. He's not real, number one. And what he was trying to say is immigrants are violent criminals. They're from insane asylums, and our country is doomed. And what Trump is really doing is trying to tap into the fear of the people, that these immigrants are like Hannibal Lecter. And he's such a scary, scary character because that's the scariest thing that he could come up with in his imagination is Hannibal Lecter. Let me make an assumption that all these people are like Hannibal Lecter. They want people to associate immigrants with something so repulsive, so fearful, so uncivilized, that all these people need to be locked up. And that's scary in itself, just trying to manipulate the people into believing those things. And he does it in an entertaining way. You know what I mean? He's a master at what he does. He really is. And he manipulates people by, just this. I don't really feel like he's charismatic. I don't feel like he's like that. Obama was, but I don't feel like he is. But he is an entertainer. But I'll tell you what I do feel like he is, and I'll tell you that in a minute. I'll get more into his behavior and what I feel like is going on with him. But he's just trying to, paint all immigrants the same color. And it gets him a lot of attention. It really does. And it seems like when he's at his rally that he just can't focus on one point. You know what I mean? Like he just goes on and on he doesn't even finish a thought. So I wonder if Donald Trump Jr. is giving his dad a few snorts before going on stage because he seems like he's very hyperactive, He's the one that seems like he's jacked up. Even though Donald Trump has been saying that, Biden is going to be all jacked up on debate night. But that's him projecting again, If anyone's jacked up, it's him for sure. And he talks like a crazy person. He just doesn't finish what what he started talking about before he moves on to the next subject or next topic. So, yeah, slow down a little bit. We gotta, with the uppers, you gotta have a little bit of downers too. So I don't know. But on June the 22nd, Trump went to an evangelical Christian conference, and he endorsed the Ten Commandments being displayed in schools. That, I don't know, is it every room they have to have it, or every school they have to have the Ten Commandments in all the schools? Hello, people. He's a felon. This guy speaking at the Christian conference, he's broken most of the Ten Commandments, Thou shalt have no gods before me. He says he's the chosen one. He wants to, he wants you to bow down to him and kiss the hand. Thou shalt not have, thou shalt not make idols. That's what it is. But he wants MAGA to be worshipped. It's like he's wanting the whole MAGA movement to be worshipped. All the stuff that he's hawking, he's hawking Bibles, shoes, hats, NFTs, all kinds of stuff. Remember to keep the Sabbath day. Trump doesn't go to church. He doesn't go to church at all. Why do these Christian people, why do they keep endorsing him? I don't understand. I really don't. Thou shalt not murder. Now, we don't know if Trump's murdered anyone or not. He's never been prosecuted for it. Did he order the execution of Jeffrey Epstein? Just wondering. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Well, we know that he has committed adultery. So he has definitely broken that commandment. Thou shalt not steal. I have uh, I have read lots of stories from all kinds of people that said that Donald Trump did not pay his contractors. Donald Trump did not pay his bills. Isn't that stealing when you don't pay what is owed? That's the same thing as stealing. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Donald Trump is the biggest liar that I've ever seen in my life. He is a huge storyteller. That's my opinion. Thou shalt not covet. We know Donald Trump wants to be a king. We know Donald Trump wants Biden's job. And we know Donald Trump is supremely jealous of President Obama. And what a wonderful president he was. That he really can't stand that he was the best president ever in my lifetime, I believe. Maybe instead of putting up the commandments in the school, they should put a picture of Trump in the classrooms and say, don't be like this guy and break all the commandments. So I'm going to get into Trump's kind of behavior, his personality, and what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm picking up. And this is so weird. So I don't know if he was this in a previous lifetime, but I keep hearing in my mind carnival barker. And I don't even know what a carnival barker was. I had to look it up because Spirit kept telling me over and over, carnival barker, it's carnival barker, because he'll say or he'll do anything to attract the public, and he's good at it. And that's what carnival barkers would do. They would say anything to get the people to come into the tents and come in, take a look. They want to bring in the money, right? So that's what Trump is doing. Come over here and take a look. He's an entertainer. So when he's at a rally, it's like his brain is working overtime so quickly. He can't finish one thought before another one comes. I said that before. But on the other hand, remember at his hush money trial, he kept falling asleep. So why is that? He's like a carnival barker when it comes to a rally, and when it comes to being put on trial, he'll just fall asleep. I mean, who can do that? Honestly, who can do that? Who can turn it off and turn it on? Who can be so relaxed that you can fall asleep in public and let a few rip, He is definitely on medication, y'all. He is being medicated. Now, I have heard that he snorts Adderall. I don't know if that's true, but I have seen a video where a man says he has seen Trump snort Adderall, and that everybody knows he does that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he snorts anything or not, but he's definitely on medication. He's on medication. Trump projects everything that he's doing, he projects it onto others. And that's why he's going around now saying Biden is, going to be jacked up on something when they have their first debate. And when Biden gave the State of the Union address, he was jacked up on something. That's why he was so coherent and so good at it, because he was jacked up. Well, the only reason why he came up with that is because that's what he does. And whatever he does, he projects onto others. And he has to say that first in case somebody speaks the truth, because there are people that know what he's doing. And the truth will come out sooner or later, and he knows it. So somebody will start talking and say, well, Trump is, taking medication. He takes this or that. So he's got to put it out there. He has to say it first so that if anybody else says it, he can say, he's just retaliating because I said it first, and so now he's just copying what I said. Yeah. Trump's a master manipulator. He is so deviously smart when it comes to manipulating people because he's had a lot of practice at it. I don't feel like that he has dementia. You know, the dumb things that he says and does is because he's careless. And you know, people can be very categorically smart about certain things and dumb about other things, you know, and that's the truth. I know doctors, personally know doctors that are such good doctors, they're so smart, but when you get them home and talk to them, if you didn't know they were a doctor and you didn't know what they did for a profession and you were just talking to them, you would think this guy's so dumb. You know what I mean? That's a book smart. You know, they're book smart. They have a narrow field that they're smart. Well, Trump has this narrow field about manipulating people and being an entertainer. He's very good at that. That's a narrow field. That doesn't mean he is intelligent and smart enough to be, you know, the president. And you know, when he was president, he wanted things done, and he would act like a king. I want this done, and I don't care how you do it, just go do it for me. And he would just have everybody else doing the work. He's just ordering people around. He wouldn't even read the things that were brought to him. He had to be briefed and told what it said, you know, because he couldn't be bothered. But I'm really excited to watch the debate that's coming up. I think that Biden is going to do very well. During the debate, Trump won't have an audience to play off from. So that's going to be, you know, it's going to cut both ways. It's going to be good and bad. It'll be good because, you know, he'll have to actually show his intellect and not his manipulating of people in the audience, because that's what he usually does. He just plays to the audience and manipulates. So this time he'll be asked questions and be expected to actually answer them. And I don't believe he's going to be able to do that, you know, not in a coherent manner. You know what I mean? Now, he may look more serious than he usually does, but when he's giving the answers to the questions, he will not have in-depth solutions for our country, and that's going to be a standout between Trump and Biden, because Biden knows what needs to be done. He knows how to get things done. He knows how government works. This has been his life work. And Trump only knows what he wants the government to do, or what he thinks we want, you know? So he'll say what he thinks we want, but he won't say, you know, like remember, he was going to overthrow Obamacare and he was going to replace it with something much, much better, and he never did that. He never, ever did anything like that. So, you know, he knows what we want. We want better health care, but he won't really do anything to, you know, give us what we need or what we want, because he doesn't know how to get things done and he could care less. But that's the difference between him and Biden. Biden knows what the country needs. He knows what the people want, what they need. He knows how to get it done. But he, of course, has to have a majority to get things done, because the Republicans, you know what they've done. They haven't let anything work. They have not let anything move forward. They haven't let Biden's agenda move forward and get the work that's needed for the country. They haven't created solutions. They've just created chaos. You know, Trump made a lot of decisions and did a lot of things while he was in office, but he just gave like orders, you know. He couldn't be hampered by laws. He would just say, you know, I want to get this done, and he expect his little minions to go around and get it done, because he truly thinks being a president is being a king. And it's going to be such a contrast between Trump and Biden, because Biden is much more knowledgeable, much more capable, and he has integrity. And that's something that you can't fake. But I'm going to vote blue. I'm going to vote for Biden. I hope you do too. Vote blue all the way down the ticket. And I hope I see you again soon. If you like this content, please subscribe, hit the like, and share it with others, okay? And if you would like to get a reading with me, look down below. My email is down below. If you would like a healing session, I do healing sessions daily. If you have a loved one or a friend that you would like me to send healing to, please let me know. Just email me and I'll be glad to do that for you. Love you guys. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.